And then, it's so funny, we haven't talked about your coming out, or if there was one. I mean, because that's the topic here with BEQ Pride. It's, oh, by the way, you're gay. Or I don't know, how do you identify? And then
I very proudly identify as gay. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the story I tell about coming out is while I was at Macy's, and it was before we had our Pride group, and so I was in a group of people that were stores trainers, and so we were all pretty tight knit, because when you travel with people,
oh, I know,
it forces you to
it's
connect.
It's a family, right?
Like, you can't travel with somebody really and then like not get, because I'm like, we're going to dinner together, we're working together all day.
That's right. You flew together, you missed the flight together, the whole bit.
All of that. And I don't actually really remember, but I came out talking about a Dyson vacuum cleaner. So we were in my boss's office, and just before our team meeting in the morning, right? We had team meetings at 9 or 9:30 or something like that. And everybody's having their coffee or their tea, just chopping it up. How was your weekend? What happened? One of our team members talked about, he saw this bookshelf that he wanted, and his wife was like, absolutely not. We don't need another bookcase in the house, right? Like, we have 200 bookcases all over the house. Like, we are not getting another bookcase, right? And we kind of laughed, like, oh, you're not getting a bookcase. That's so terrible. Another person who was talking about her boyfriend, and they were renovating a house, and he went and bought all the wrong knobs, like for the cabinets and things. And so she's like, there he was. He had to take them all off, take them back to the store, get the ones she actually wanted, and come back, and laughed about it. And I told this story about my boyfriend at the time, and I wanted a Dyson vacuum cleaner, and we had been over at Target, and I was like, because we needed a new vacuum cleaner, and he was like, we're not spending all this money on a Dyson. And I'm like, it's pretty and it's beautiful, like, it's a Dyson, like, it'll last us forever. And he's like, we're not spending $500 on a vacuum when we can spend $100, on this Hoover. And so we ended up getting the Hoover, and everybody laughed, same story, right? And then someone else told a story, and then we were like, okay, I guess it's time, like, let's get started with our meeting. And like halfway through, like, it hit me that I had actually like used the he, him, his pronouns like in the story. And it wasn't like I was shopping with my friend.
Yeah, my roommate.
Yeah, not my roommate. And so I just think about like, what was that? It was, I didn't go to work that day saying, today's the day I'm coming out. Right. It just was, I was with people who I trusted. It was an environment that was extremely comfortable for me. I knew that they already embraced who I was as a person and that they valued me. And I think there was a very low risk tolerance because of how deeply we knew each other. Mm-hmm. It was very low risk for me to come out to them, in that moment. And I didn't so there wasn't this big announcement. There was no party with like rainbow balloons or anything like that. It happened. And we
moved on.
And it was like, all right, I guess it's time for us to review our agenda, right? Like, right. And it just was. And to me, I think that's the world that we're working toward. How do we create in the workplace environments that are inclusive, that are psychologically safe for people, mm-hmm. where coming out doesn't actually have to be this thing. It's not this grand announcement. But, how do I really immediately, after getting to know you, if you're my manager, if you're my peer, if I'm your manager, like whatever our relationship is, that we're able to build trust and to do so quickly and to go deep together in a way that I feel safe.